All right, 7 o'clock in the morning. Time to get on with another project before the sun comes up. Today's project is going to be this. I need to change out my radiator, and this came in on Friday. Today is Sunday, so now I can get this going. I could smell radiator fluid, so I knew something was going wrong. Against my better judgment, I did not buy a reputable radiator from a reputable company. Stupid me, I went with eBay. So this is what I got. It is what it is. If it fails, if something goes wrong, if it doesn't fit, it's on me. I knew that from the beginning. Whatever. So time to get with the unboxing. All right, what is this? I think it says GPI Racing, www.gpiautoparts.com. From the first looks of it, it looks kind of nice. I didn't even open the package yet. Now the automatics and the manual transmissions are all the same. It did come with all aluminum fittings for the automatic transmissions. Wow. If you have a manual transmission, you do not have to worry about this anyway. It just loops through. You don't have to plug it. You can just leave it. I hope. I'll find out in a minute. I did take my measurements, so it should fit, I assume. At first glance, this thing is really nice. I hope everything fits. I hope everything lines up. I see a bunch of riv nuts for the mounting hardware. It looks polished. Let me pull it out and see what I got. Oh my god. This is what happens when you order stuff from eBay. This radiator is twisted like a pretzel. It's literally twisted. I don't know if I can fix that. I'll try to take a side view, see if you guys can see how bad this thing is twisted. All right, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Damn. The smart thing to do is take a bunch of pictures, call the manufacturer or email the manufacturer, send them all the pictures, make them send me a new one. This is bad. But like I said, I knew it from the beginning. That's what I got. I'm gonna try to put it on the ground, try to press on it and see if I can straighten it out. If not, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. This is a bad way to start a video. I'll be back. So as you saw from the video, the radiator is literally twisted. I need it today. I can't wait another 2 weeks for it to come in. I can't wait another 2-3 weeks to deal with the stupid company. I have an idea. I'll show you guys my idea. Better. Damn, that worked. Just a little more. Okay, so everything looks straight now. But why should I have to jump on this radiator like a monkey to try to straighten it out? I will still email the company. I will still send them a bunch of videos, and I'm gonna send them pictures. By jumping on it and bending it, I don't know if I cracked it, but at this point I'm left with no other options. We'll see what happens. This is poor quality. I mean, no one should ever have to jump on a radiator, and there's no way in hell a radiator should come to you twisted like a pretzel. I bought a radiator, not a pretzel. We'll see if this works. The next step is to get this radiator out. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that. This radiator that I made, this radiator fan shroud, is totally custom. I made this all on my own from a street sign that I found on the side of the road. I cut it up, made my own brackets or whatever, and yeah, it fit. So now I have an electric fan. Let me pull this out. This video is going to be more of a review on that piece of junk. Let me pull this out. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I just had a brain fart. I took everything apart. I drained the radiator. I took off all the hoses from the bottom. I took off the shroud. Before I even pull this radiator out, I should have did this in the very beginning. You saw me jump on that other aluminum 3-core radiator, sort of bent it back to shape. Before I even touched this, I should have, well, I can't pressure test it. I don't have a pressure tester, but I'm gonna pour water in it, see if it leaks. That's about the only thing I can do for now. I did email the company and we'll see what happens, or we'll see what transpires from that email. For now, I'm gonna water test the radiator before I put it in. So it looks like it did survive that test. Now I can't pressure test it because I don't have a pressure tester. So I'm just gonna have to rely on gravity. I did notice some small bits of aluminum shaving. That's probably from when they manufactured it. I'm gonna sand down the edges just so I don't get cut. Pull out the original stock radiator from what, 25, 26 years ago. Pull that out. Maybe I'll time lapse it. I don't know. I'll be right back. Alright, so I finally got the stock radiator out. The only thing left to do is try to put that aluminum radiator in here. Just let it sit in, see if it fits, see if everything lines up, and pray that it does. So final thoughts and conclusions. Well, not really, but it does seem like it will fit. Everything bolts up perfectly. The radiator hoses line up. All the mounting hardware seems to fit. All I'm gonna do now is put some anti-seize on the threads of the bolts, get everything cinched in before I tighten everything down, make sure everything fits 100%, and hopefully that should be it. This project should have taken no more than 30 minutes. But that's never the case. Let me finish mounting everything up and I'll show you guys what the final product looks like. All right, well, got another problem. I had to put the stock radiator back in. The reason I had to put the radiator back in is that the aluminum one, even though it's a 3-core, way bigger, cools more, holds way more water, that radiator is 4 inches smaller. Because the radiator is 4 inches smaller, there's no way that my fan shroud for the electric fans are gonna fit. I need to figure out what to do. Now is the perfect time to stop what you're doing, put everything away, and walk away. Walk away, let your brain recalibrate, let your brain rethink the whole process of what to do. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. See you guys again. Alright, so I think I have an idea how to fix my radiator issue, but like I said, step away, walk away, do something else for a minute or two, or a day or two. What I'm gonna do, drop off the 34 to a friend of mine, Astro Tint. Look for him on Instagram, Astro Tints, whatever. I'm gonna drop off the car, have him tint the car, and in a couple hours I should have something, hopefully, in my mind, ready to go. So I'll be right back. So again, I do have a major plan on what I'm gonna do on how to correct this whole situation. First, I need to go to the store, pick up a new water pump. If I pull the radiator out, I might as well change the water pump. Cheap insurance. So let me grab the water pump and I'll be right back. All right, so I got my new water pump. Luckily, all I need to do is disconnect 3 connections and my whole electrical system for the electrical fans come out. and I did that long time ago knowing I may need to remove it one day. So I made it super simple. Let me just pull the radiator out and I'll be right back, and I'll show you guys my new plan and the difference of as why this radiator will not fit. Well, the radiator will fit, but the fan shroud will not fit. So I had an idea, and it's a good thing I took a week off because now I had time to think about it and I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'll show you guys. All right, select. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but the difference is, well, more than 4 inches, about 6 inches difference. So that's why the fan shroud will not fit. All right, there we go. 6-inch difference from the factory size down to the 3-core aluminum radiator. Here's my brilliant idea of a plan. Extra piece from the street sign that I cut up a long time ago. So, and I cut this up, and this is going to allow me to somehow transfer those fans onto this piece. The only thing I'll have to do now is just bolt this on and see if it lines up. Meantime, let me pull off that one and see if I can make it work on this. If it can, I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I'll be right back again. I think I got it to a point where I'm pretty happy with it. Sort of, and it's gonna have to do for now. Well, I guess this is what the current setup is gonna look like. It barely fits. I mean, barely. But it is what it is. It'll fit. I'll make it fit. All I need to do now, trace out the pattern of where to cut, grab my jigsaw, cut everything out, then I can bolt it in one last time, and that should be it. I'm not going to bore you guys with how to cut out a piece of metal. I'll do that off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, well, not too bad. Came out pretty good. All right, next thing to do, test fit it and pray that it fits. So hopefully everything came out good. The only thing I'm going to do is just put this on the radiator first, then put my fans on top of that. Put in the 2 screws for my relays, for the fan controller, the thermostat. That should be it. So let me try to take care of that real quick and we'll see what happens. Everything came out super good. Everything came out perfect. Can't wait to get this thing in. So for now, all I'm gonna do is switch out all the wire looms that's covering all the electrical wires. Once I swap these old ones out for new fresh wire looms, because these are kind of old and it's starting to crack a little, switch those out, that should be it. Then I can put this thing back in the truck. And oh, I forgot, before I even forget to do this, I need to put the new water pump in right there. Jesus, that's the original one. There's the Toyota emblem right on the front of that. Anyway, I did get the import direct water pump. Okay, so let me change out the wire loom, put in the new water pump, and then that should be it for that. So let me take care of this and I'll be right back again. All right, well, the water pump is in. The brand new water pump is finally done. So now I can get this thing in the car. This is gonna be fun. The sun is blazing hot. I am burning my skin. I need to put my hat on. Time to get the radiator in. Hopefully it goes in without any problems, but that's never the case. Guess I'll find out. All right, so far everything looks really good. Everything lines up. Everything looks perfect. That's a new one for me. I'm gonna finish buttoning everything up, hooking up the 3 wires that I disconnected for my quick connect for the electrical fans. Put the grill back on. Put the radiator hose back on, fill the radiator, do a fluid test and see what happens. I'll be right back in just a little bit. Well, everything seems to be working really good. I'm just burping out the system, letting the electric fans come on. Once I see the electric fans come on, then I'll know that everything's working good. So I'm gonna continue to bleed this and I'll be back in just a little bit. There we go. The electric fan came on. Everything is working super good. Let me put everything back together, get the grill back on, and clean up. I'll be right back again. Back again. Well, this is going to be a crazy part of the video. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. Originally I had finished the project and I closed the hood. When I went to close the hood, it didn't close. Here's the reason why. The hood did not close because it's hitting the radiator cap right up here. Nice, really nice. This is what happens when you buy eBay stuff. Like I said, I should have known. In fact, I did know. I did realize I was setting myself up for failure, which I did a pretty good job at it. The way to correct this problem is to do this. I need to drop the radiator a half an inch, which means I have to drain the water, drain everything, pull it out all over again. These are the mounting holes for the radiator. I'm gonna drill these out and elongate the holes coming down half an inch. Once I do that, that should work. Here, I took off the, I don't know if you can see that one, but I took the nut off. Well, I took the bolt out and it's barely visible. The hole is barely even visible on that one. So I need to mark it and drill out those on both sides. I don't know if you can see way in there, but it's way up there. Okay, I did take my own advice, closed the hood, walked away. Here I am today. Let me drain this, elongate the holes. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute when I'm done. All right, time to take the radiator out for the third, fourth, fifth time, give or take. All right, the radiator is out. Now I can drill out the holes from the inside because I can't get to the holes from the outside because of the bumper. I already started to elongate that hole, the top ones. That should work pretty good. I just need to elongate the bottoms. All right, let me take care of this. I'll be back once again. All right, so the holes are elongated. I'll show you what that looks like. So now that everything is elongated, the radiator should fit. I'm gonna put this thing back in for the last time, hopefully. Be right back again. All right, everything is in. Hopefully it fits for the last time. The only thing left to do, shut the hood, make sure everything works good before I close everything up. Finally, it fits. This was not lining up earlier. The edge of the hood was popping up, which is how I knew that it was not fitting. So let me double check everything right now. All right, everything seems to fit. Let me put the grill back on, close everything up, finish up the electricals. I'll be right back again. All right, finally, I'm finally finished. Everything came out perfect again. This is done. All right, I'm out of here. It's gonna storm for the next couple of days. We're expecting some heavy rains. That's my eBay story with the radiator. If you do decide to go with eBay radiators or any kind of parts from eBay or Amazon, good luck. You're gonna need it. I shouldn't have to go through all this. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I'm tired. Thanks again for sticking around. See you guys again on my next project.